Greetings, fellow insomniacs. It is your friend in fright, Chunky Larry. I am here at the Sinister Creature Con with an absolute legend. He is the director of films like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, It, Fright Night 2. He's also a member of one of my favorite bands, the Coupe de Villes, and I'm talking about the legend, Mr. Tommy Lee Wallace. How you doing, Tommy?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
Brother, I am ecstatic. I am a little kid right now, just standing next to you. So, obviously, I, like most people, circled back when it came to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
You know,
Happened to a lot of people.
a lot of people were like, where's that guy in that mask? But you put him in there.
Yeah, he technically is in Halloween 3.
But I feel that Halloween 3 is the most essential sequel of the Halloween sequels, in my personal opinion, because it did something that the other films were afraid to do, and it was its own thing. It had its own identity, and it felt inherently in the realm of the Halloween film, the original 78 classic Halloween. I'm one of those people that are a proponent of they should have never made a direct sequel to the original film. So that's what I love about Halloween 3 is that it is not a direct sequel. It's not just more of the same mundane, guy in the mask.
Well, thank you for those compliments. I think we would have been fine if Halloween Season of the Witch had been the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then we could have gone anywhere we wanted to go. But because of those Roman numeral 2s and then the 3 that was applied to Halloween 3, that got us in a little bit of trouble because we did not set the table properly for the audience. And that's on us. But I'll tell you, over the years, it's so gratifying to see the love that's coming to this movie. And after all, when you get down to it, although I'm deeply proud of the original Halloween, when it comes down to which movie is really about Halloween itself, that goes to Halloween 3.
I agree.
Without question. The original was originally titled The Babysitter Murders, and that's really more what it's about.
Yeah, Halloween just happens to be when it happened.
Well, it was a nice stroke. I think Irwin Yablans was responsible.
He will definitely tell you every time you ask him.
And that was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't fault him for that.
No, you can't. You have that idea, you brag about it.
Yeah.
But I am infatuated with the way that you guys structured out the miniseries. I think that was done so expertly, telling the story of the children and then telling the story of the adults. It's not necessarily the way that it's done in the book, but I think that using that as the way you layer it out is introducing the characters and having them flashback. So you're telling that story and then telling the story of the adults allows you to be introduced to the characters that you're supposed to be following in a way that it's compelling and it's different.
I think most of the credit for that goes to Larry Cohen, who wrote the original teleplay for Halloween, for It, nights 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I did considerable amount of rewriting on night number 2, but I didn't mess with night number 1. It's the most perfect teleplay I've ever read. And Larry was taking advantage of a really happy coincidence. Television, 2-hour television, is divided into 7 parts, 7 acts.
Lucky
they can sell shoes and deodorant and all the rest with that many commercials. And it so happens, as you just said, the Lucky 7 Club in It neatly divides into 7 acts. It's the only time in the history of television that the 7-act structure will actually have any real dramatic validity. But man, did it ever work. And hats off to Larry for that.
I'm curious, how did the Coupe de Villes come together?
John and I have been friends since we were children, and really became close as teenagers around music, around guitars, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, and we formed an acoustic trio with his girlfriend. We were sort of the local Peter, Paul, and Mary for a while. And then we went electric and formed a cover band that played for fraternities and school dances and whatnot. And we're long and strong on music, so we've always been brothers in music. When John went out to California to USC, and I eventually joined him out there after I graduated from art school in Ohio. And right away, it was clearly there was a huge demand in student film world around those parts for music, and mostly people just grabbed whatever they could off of the favorite records, LPs, popular artists. But John had a gift for composing, and he needed musical help and support, and that's where I came in. And in the meantime, he had made friends with a classmate named Nick Castle. So we started just automatically falling right into making music together. Found we sounded good in three-part harmony, and it really became a sort of hobby band, vanity band. We never really gigged around or anything like that, but to this day we get a lot of fun out of this sort of myth of the Coupe de Villes.
You get a cool reference in The Fog as well.
Well, once in a while we'll use one of us, since we're all three movie makers, once in a while one of us will use one of our tracks in one of our movies. So.
Have you used Waiting Out the 80s yet?
No, I haven't. I don't know whether John has. I don't think so.
Maybe Nick put Waiting Out the 80s in Major Pain?
I don't know. I do not know, come to think of it.
Yeah. Last question, and this one is just for me. Vampires Los Muertos.
Yes, sir.
Fright Night 2. What is it about vampire sequels that attracts you?
Feeding my family.
I knew that was the answer.
I owe a lot of my career to John and John's movies and doing sequels of one kind or prequels or another. But the marketplace for someone, I aspired to making, detective movies and westerns and love stories and suspense thrillers and all the rest. But once you get going and have some success in one field, Hollywood is going to try to pigeonhole you. And so the phone rang a lot for scary movies, including prequels and sequels.
Yeah, you were Tommy sequel for a little while?
And it was, I think so. It popped up. And, hey, it sent my kids to college. So
can't be bad.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Tom. You are legitimately a hero of mine.
I'm flattered.
There's a lot of hyperbole that's thrown around, but I named one of my kids Ember after the poem in the movie It, because the 1990 miniseries meant as much as it did to me. So
that's high praise. I appreciate that.
You are a huge inspiration to me, and I love your work.
Thank
I'm
you.
just so glad that you were able to come out to the Snow Screech.
It's been a pleasure. It was a good show, and people of Sacramento are awfully nice. Enjoyed it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. So for Tommy Lee Wallace, crazy to say, and for myself, again, my name is Chunky. This has been Creature Features. Listen, someone you trust.